Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hummingbirds Academy. Today, we are going to have a session for teachers. And do you know what the topic is? Well, the topic is origami. Origami is the Japanese art of folding paper into decorative shapes and figures. As the name suggests, it is derived from two Japanese words, oru meaning to fold and kami meaning paper. So put together it means to fold paper. Later on it came to be known as origami, and this is the name we use today to describe Japanese paper folding. Let us now look at the history of origami. Although origami is known as a Japanese art, it actually began in China. The Chinese invented paper in 100 AD, and when invention spread to Japan around 600 AD, so did the art of paper folding, and it is believed to have begun in Japan during the 17th century AD. Ever since, paper making became a cultural tradition in Japan. Initially, it was used strictly for ceremonial and religious purposes because handmade papers were a luxurious item and that was very expensive, and very few people could actually have access to them. Through Akira Yoshizawa's expertise, origami became an art form. During his lifetime, Akira Yoshizawa has created more than 50,000 models of origami and published more than 80 books. He is known as the grandmaster of origami today. The history of origami would not be complete without mention of Sadako Sasaki's story. She was a 2-year-old Japanese girl who was a victim of the atomic bombing of Hiroshima. As a result of the bombing, she was diagnosed with leukemia. As her sickness got worse, Sadako was forced to spend most of her time at the hospital. But she refused to give up. She wanted everyone in Hiroshima to heal and the world to be at peace again. She had heard of a Japanese legend that promised that whoever could fold 1,000 cranes would be rewarded with a wish and eternal happiness. Sadako was a very brave and determined girl, so she started to fold 1,000 cranes. But unfortunately, she folded only 644 cranes when she died. After she died, her family and friends completed the 1,000 cranes for her, and today her legacy continues to live on, and many people continue to fold 1,000 cranes in search of hope and happiness. So we can see today Sadako's story lives on in the Hiroshima Children's Peace Monument, the act of folding 1,000 cranes, and the greatest of all, her story. So we know that before origami became popular in America and the Western world, it was created in ancient Japan, all the way across the Pacific Ocean. The oldest form of origami was something called noshi. Noshi is a decorative element attached to gifts. Over the years, simpler techniques for paper making have become available. Japan also came with their own paper making segment. This made paper more readily available and less expensive, allowing more people to have access to it. So we can see that individuals all over Japan were attempting different origami paper folding techniques. So let us now briefly go through how origami spread to different parts of the world. So now let us see who are some of the famous origami artists. Akira Yoshizawa, Satoshi Kamiya, and Kosho Uchiyama are some of the very well known origamis. So now, let us see what are the requirements for doing origami. We need origami paper. Almost any laminar flat material can be used for folding. The only requirement is that it should hold a crease. Next comes tools. It is common to fold using a flat surface, but some folders like doing it in the air with no tools, especially when displaying the folding. However, for some complex models, they may use a ruler, a bone folder, paper clips, tweezer, and so on, all used to make very small folds possible. Now let's just look into the different types of How is origami helpful? Origami has multiple benefits. It often requires both hands working together. This encourages the creation of the brain connections on a neurological level. It strengthens memory, better concentration, increases attention span, patience, and determination to see the end product. We can see that doing origami improves eye-hand coordination. It develops fine motor skills. It also requires reading skills and cognitive recognition. The use of the hands directly stimulates areas of the brain and is used in various therapeutic settings, including art therapy and in stroke and injury rehabilitation. Origami is seen to enhance our sensory skills, that is, in particular the visual, tactile, and auditory. Origami excites other modalities of learning. It has been shown to improve spatial visualization skills using hands-on learning. Such skills allow children to comprehend, characterize, and construct their own vernacular for the world around them. Manipulating paper with their hands helps children learn concepts that may otherwise seem abstract. Paper folding allows students to create and manipulate basic geometric shapes such as squares, rectangles, and triangles. Origami also assists in cognitive development. Origami involves specific steps that must be performed in a prescribed order and with a fine attention in detail to yield a successful outcome. An important lesson not only in origami but in life as well. Multicultural awareness. Rooted in Asia, origami reflects the ingenuity and aesthetics of Japanese culture. By participating, students gain appreciation of a different culture, perhaps opening a doorway to further exploration and increased tolerance. Origami also helps to develop behavior skills such as patience, neatness, accuracy, and for many, this way of learning engenders a patience that leads to pride in one's work and ability to focus, energy, and increase self-esteem. While it can be also regarded as a fun science, origami is a fun way to explain physics concepts, A thin piece of paper is not very strong, but if you fold it in a certain way, it will represent the side of a cardboard box for proof. So, to conclude, we can say that origami is an interesting and constructive activity which has evolved over the years, and we have evidence of many such types of this art all over the world. But above all, it is considered to be a just plain fun. Thank you.